Woo! I feel good today, Tom. Yeah! I feel real good. God, I've got a lot of energy and juice. Oh, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm so good.
Yeah,
I'm really good.
You look like you're 100% like me.
Yep. I would argue maybe 110%.
Yeah, you feel better than I do is what you're saying.
I think so.
All right, guys, buckle up for a great show.
Oh, baby.
Baby.
We here.
We're still.
Can you do the voice the entire show?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. We steer you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. That was beautiful. Is that sign language?
Stands for sick, you little sicko.
Yeah. So I was just telling Perna. So I was on Monday when I was streaming and I was like, man, my throat just does not feel great, and I'd never shut the hell up. I thought maybe that was one of the reasons why. Turned a 6-hour stream on Friday because I decided to be a smart ass about knowing baseball. Then Saturday went to the game. Sunday did a whole day. And then Monday I was like, okay, it makes sense why my throat's not feeling great. Tuesday I wake up. I do not feel better and my throat feels worse and it's pretty red. And I was like, all right, well, I'm supposed to go to this game tonight and I'm not going to go if I'm contagious or anything, obviously. Maya's mom is flying in. It's a whole 9 yards. So I wake up early. I record the rest of scripted. I do power rankings. I go to urgent care. They do a strep test, nothing. I do a COVID test, nothing. And they're like, if you don't have a fever, if you have any viral thing, you shouldn't be contagious. You should be good to go. So I was like, cool, that's great. So go to the game last night. That's what he said. I don't know. That's what he said, man. So I was like, okay, cool. So went to the game, was super duper fun. My throat felt a whole lot better. So that was really, really nice. They gave me meds anyway. And then I woke up this morning and it's like, we're going down into the chest. So now my throat feels great, but my rest of my body's like, die.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
There's something you want to tell me?
You look soulless.
So yeah, it was it's a time. All right, also you got a fitty.
A1 base.
New job, A1. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Look, A1 base, I appreciate the $50 super chat. If you didn't have a job for 11 months and you just got one back, do not give your money to me. That's like lighting it on fire, my friend. That's like lighting it on fire, but
what are you gonna do with that $50? Well, YouTube says
I'm gonna light it on fire for A1 base.
That's fair.
Just to prove a point.
That's be a new clip.
Actually, it will go to my child.
Let's ride.
That's right.
All right, I love you.
Hell yeah, I love you.
Both her and the curse wheel have grown up,
One is literally snatching souls out of teams, and the other is snatching your heart.
That's right.
That's it.
Congrats on the new gig,
That's
A1 base. Well, there's a lot to talk about. We had 2 Monday night games. Everybody hates doubleheaders on Monday Night Football. Most everybody. There's a third of the population who's like, I like it because if one game's bad, I'll just go watch the other one, which I get. Fair enough. But 2, one big upset, I would say, in the Falcons over Buffalo. And then the Bears, they win 2 in a row, 25-24. Looks like they're cooking. Looks like Chicago's onto something there. So that was big. And then right after GPS, was that Monday when Brian Callahan got fired?
You won 3 in a row, buddy.
Bears have won 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah, they won 3 in a row.
Whatever.
They're playing well.
Whatever. But anyway, yes.
Aikman does hate them.
We got a lot to get into because we haven't talked about Bills, Falcons, Bears, Commanders, firings.
All that and more on GPS.
Right now.
Right now.
After we sit here in silence for 5 minutes.
When I say natural family planning, many people probably wonder what in the world is that, and it was a fancy word for no contraception. You do it all off your wife's cycle and what days she's most fertile, what days she's not fertile, so therefore you can together either really try to have a child or really not.
That got me. That is a crazy stat. Yeah. Also, blocked field goals are apparently back, as you saw in the Monday night game. You had Doinks. You had the 49ers are having the season from hell. And they already had the season from hell last season because of all the injuries. And now it's just hell part 2. The fact that Jake Moody is hitting game winners, the fact that Fred Warner is out for the season, that injury list is getting longer.
Sure.
It's a tough time. But yeah, let's talk about that Bears game first. It was a pretty sloppy game in terms of for the Commanders, man. They turned the ball over 3 times. They were moving down the field near the end of that game, and it looked like a couple first downs. They were going to potentially win that game. And then unfortunately, and it was raining, but
yeah, it was a little slippery.
Jaden Daniels takes the snap and then just bobbles the handoff there, goes on the ground. Bears jump on top of it. Commanders never see the ball again. And then they hit a game winner. So I feel like there's a couple things to take away from this. One, the Bears, who, coming off their bye week, they won 2 straight before then, and now 3 straight, which they were able to do last season as well. This is like one of those things that the Commanders are a weird team right now, and I still think we're trying to figure them out. Jaden Daniels looked good in his return game last week. Still no Scary Terry. But for the Bears to be able to win 3 straight, like for a young quarterback, a brand new head coach, this just seems like something that you build upon a little bit.
Yeah.
And considering that the NFC, is a little bit more competitive than the AFC, I would say, at the start of this season, I feel like it's pointing in a right direction for the Chicago Bears right now. So I would imagine Bears fans feeling some optimism. Feeling a little hope, maybe. That's
probably why you're getting sick.
Probably.
You're feeling your enemies rise around you. Yeah, in power rankings, which will be up later, I think like the thing I wrote is the Bears foundation feels strong, right? Their offensive line looks better. They put Braxton Jones, they benched him, and who's the new guy?
A healthy Buccaneers team, Andrew.
Goday, where the fuck is Theo Benedict? They put Theo Benedict at tackle, and that made a big difference for him. So you got an offensive line that's functioning, which we haven't said about the Bears for a very long time.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift kind of goes off in that game as well. He looked explosive. Ben Johnson, I felt, did a good job, like calling a run game to Swift's strengths, right? We don't talk about setting your running backs up for success, but I think Ben Johnson is proving like he is very good at that. It's what the Lions blueprint is for their 2 guys now.
Sure.
And he's doing it with Chicago. And then the Bears defense, I think they have the second most turnovers this season. I think they were at 12 turnovers so far. So, 3 in that game. So like those are things Bears fans I don't think are used to. Bears fans are definitely not used to winning games at the conclusion. So they're finishing them off.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bears really feel like a different team right now. So
I feel like a developing team, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
but it's like trending in the right direction. It's like, okay, like you have explosive pieces, right? Like Odunze has gone off a few times. You mentioned Swift, if they actually have a ground game to rely upon. Caleb Williams taking less sacks, which is always nice.
Yeah, he's only been sacked 10 times.
Which that's rookie numbers for Cam Ward.
Yeah. Those were Caleb Williams' numbers the first 2 years. He was sacked 10 times by week 2.
10 times. That's one less than you sacked Justin Fields on Sunday.
Yes, that is true. That's true.
That is true.
The Broncos they have a sack percentage of like 13.2 right now.
Insane.
Which is crazy. It's it's makes those 2 losses a little more infuriating, but
Tanner, so I watch all the games on mute, so I didn't know about it because, like, first of all, the Bears, there were some refereeing calls, some officiating, which it was like,
that was probably one of the worst games of the season in terms of officiating.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. But it wasn't until later that, because I saw people mentioning this, and I haven't watched it at the point when I was streaming. Like, Troy Aikman, like, yeah, I don't know what the hell his problem is with Caleb Williams. Like, it was like the anti-Chris Collinsworth, right? Like, for Patrick. Like
Troy just thinks every quarterback sucks.
Yeah, and Troy Aikman's just like, this piece of garbage. He's just like, he should, you know what? I should get in there right now. So I don't know if Troy's just, harkening back and saying that he could play better QB, but
it's probably the pain and nails that gets Troy.
Yeah, might be.
Might
be. Yeah. So
you want tinfoil hat that shit.
Mm.
This goes all the way back to Skip Bayless calling Troy Aikman gay back in the 90s. Put it in his book. Now Troy has been trying to shed that label and be too masculine. So he doesn't like that Caleb Williams paints.
That's fingernail painting. I don't know about that. All I know is manly man.
Although, yeah, I was looking for photos for Caleb Williams, and I totally forgot about the painted nails thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just this picture of he's like this with his hand on the football, and there's this one bright pink fingernail. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's still rocking it, and now he's playing good. He's playing good.
That's right.
And he can spin it back into his favor if he starts throwing touchdowns. So. It's such a bold move to do as a quarterback, I think, because if it goes poorly, you're going to get roasted.
You're going to get destroyed.
You have to be good. That's the only rule if you paint your nails as a quarterback. You have to be really fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, that is very, very true. No, they don't need to kick a game winner against the Packers. Nope, they definitely do not need to do that. It'll be interesting when they finally play. That's the only thing I really don't like about the Packers schedule. They play the Vikings and the Bears super duper late in the season.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, all right, you got the Lions week 1, never mind. And then it's just a whole bunch of other opponents. And then all the divisional games are just thrown in there at the end. So
yeah, the Broncos have that with the Chiefs. And I'm like, damn, we missed our window when they were kind of teetering on being bad or good.
Yeah.
But I saw Ben Johnson talked about the Troy Aikman thing this morning too. He said his kids had the game on, the second half of the game on, and he's like, I heard some of the stuff he was saying. Doesn't seem like he's a big fan of our team or how we're winning football games.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the Bears, I think their ceiling is a wild card. I think that's where they're at right now.
Yeah, it's the natural progression.
Yeah, but it's exactly what you just said. It's a natural progression to where they have been wanting to build. And for a first-year head coach, dude, if they can even get close to that, considering what Chicago has had these past few years, yeah, that's an insane improvement. So
I think with every Bears win, Caleb shouldn't just paint his nails. He should start getting the press-on nails. And for every win, he lets them get longer and longer until they're full-blown bear claw length.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If Caleb Williams got talons or claws attached, and that's how he would throw the football, I mean, it might be bad if he throws an interception and then he goes to make a tackle and rips open somebody's chest. That probably wouldn't be so
That'd
great.
Be sick.
But
give those to Brian Branch. I want Brian Branch to have claws.
He's too dangerous for that.
Yeah.
Too dangerous. Dude, Rodgers is playing well. I wouldn't necessarily maybe put him at the MVP level right now, but Baker, yes, and Taylor, I do agree with that too.
Rodgers playing like an MVP for a 41-year-old man. I think Mahomes currently is the betting favorite for MVP. He has the best odds, which doesn't make sense. And don't get me wrong, he's playing good.
Playing well.
But I think anybody, I think it's Baker Mayfield and then a bunch of fucking scrubs out there this year. Okay,
that's right.
It's Baker and scrubs. There's no in between for MVP.
Come on, 100%. Free Brian Branch, and then in parentheses and smaller text, it's though what he did was wrong and deserved the week 1 suspension, and then close parentheses, and then free Brian Branch again. So
there you go.
I think that's how I'd say it, because Perna's favorite player, thank God, is returning to the league. Rashee Rice. He's going to be coming back this week. He wore the shirt. Free Free four. And for Perna too, the good thing is free four has a double meaning, right? Because it's not only for Rice, but it's also vindicating Brett Favre and the things that he may or may not have done. So he's just a big fan of 4.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true. Let's see if but real quick, talking about the Commanders, are you concerned about them right now? I'm not until they get fully healthy. Like, get Scary Terry back, and if they're not able to like do well after that, then
no, I think there's too many excuses. Like,
oof.
This year, other teams, the Commanders are very healthy comparatively, right? It's like, yeah, you got a couple guys down, but you got to figure out how to win games. Jaden Daniels hasn't looked like the same dude we watched last season to this point.
Some nice scrambles on Monday.
Yeah, but like, you got to win the game. Don't fumble, like all that stuff. It's like Bo Nix hasn't looked as good as he did at the end of last season yet. The Broncos offense hasn't. The Lions, they have a bunch of injuries in their secondary. They lose. Like, the only teams that can use injuries as legit excuses right now to me are the 49ers and a little bit less than them, the Ravens.
I mean, Ravens, I think they could. I mean, they don't have Lamar Jackson, right?
You don't have a quarterback out there, yeah.
That's kind of
but they were losing with their quarterback. That's why, like, the Ravens panic mode. Bills
they haven't been playing complimentary football though, right? Because the defense looked good. The defense actually looked good this weekend, and then their offense poopy.
This is why I think this season's been so crazy. Is right now we're starting to see the Chiefs look like a very balanced football team.
Yes,
but I think the reason we've seen so many unpredictable like outcomes, I think every team has some like tragic flaw. There's like some weakness that they have, right? So the Bills, they were playing great early. But right now, the Bills' weakness, it's very clearly their run defense is just terrible. It's bad. The Lions, they have injuries to their secondary. That is bad. So it's like all these teams have one big flaw, and they haven't found ways to like patch those holes yet. And I think it's led to a lot of these like weird outcomes.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, Brandon, I think like there's a bunch of relative, I don't want to say easy games, but winnable games for Chicago. So could go on a streak here. Yeah, let's talk about that Bills game.
Yeah.
I picked Falcons to win.
Nice.
I just felt like it was it's all right. I picked the Commanders win. So, there we go.
It evened out.
I feel like for the Bills, like, let's talk about them because I do want to praise the Falcons a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills have a few problems. One, exactly like you said, their run defense, it's almost non-existent, right?
It was bad.
Robinson was
tackling, bad filling of gaps, and they lost. Was it Daquan Jones was out? Another a warm-up injury.
Good God. And like for the Bills, you do worry about their secondary a little bit. You hope things will get better, and they'll get a little bit healthier. But it's also on the offensive side of the ball. If you take, which is fascinating because James Cook really like blowing up last year. That's what helped make the Bills offense so freaking good. Because heading into last season, it was like, okay, how are the Bills really going to do? They don't have any wide receivers of note. It's kind of like, all right, they don't have a run game. We've been begging for a run game to make a more balanced team for years. James Cook having the year that he did allowed them, because they were top 10 in rushing and also in passing, right? They were really darn good.
Yeah.
When James Cook can't get things going, right? Like when you have a good run defense, like the Falcons have a pretty solid run defense. When he can't get things going, it's the Josh Allen show. And Josh Allen's a phenomenal quarterback. The problem is like they don't really have those like deep threats, like that number one guy. I feel like they're able to win without that, but it's only when they have a balanced offense, if that makes sense. Because when you're forcing it to all be on Josh Allen and you're going against a pretty good defense, and there's turnovers and the whole nine, and that last interception, he's just trying to make a play. I feel like that's where the Bills offense starts to falter a little bit. And the reason I picked the Falcons is because I was like, all right, if they can control time of possession and just run the ball against them, which any team can do at this point, it could be a long day. And they still were able to battle back at least a little bit, but
Josh Palmer was playing well, and then
he got banged up.
He got hurt on that tackle.
Running and getting a tissue real quick.
Go get your tissue.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I think I thought James Cook was having success in the run game. I think they just needed more carries to James Cook. Also, the Falcons blitzed the hell out of Josh Allen. I think it's the most he's been blitzed since 2021. 54% of the time they were blitzing. And I didn't think the Bills did a good job picking up those blitzes. So I think all that pressure affected Josh Allen. And one way you mitigate some of that pressure is just lean on your run game. I think we want to see James Cook with at least 20 carries every week. Specifically, when the opposing team is gashing you for 200 rushing yards.
Yeah.
It's demoralizing when you put together a drive and then the opposing team just rips off like a 80-yard touchdown or,
Dude, like the Bills are going to make Patrick Mahomes run for like 150 yards on them. You know what I mean? Like, because then they don't really have a run game either. But
yeah,
you have like any kind of good running back, like they are going to look good against that Bills run defense. And you talk about fatal flaws. That's like one of the major problems right now with the Bills. And on top of that, the Patriots were able to knock them off. They're now sitting on top of the AFC East. And it's only week 7, right? So we got plenty of time to go in the season.
Sure.
But these are concerns that, okay, you want to see this stuff start to get better as we get closer and closer to the midway point, because once we start getting into like November football, then it's like, all right, we kind of have a sense of what the identity is for each of these teams. And right now, yeah, Buffalo's defense is concerning.
Yeah, it's a liability. And they had opportunities too, Buffalo, because they came out of halftime, they got that touchdown, right? So they cut the lead. It was 21-14. They were back in the game.
Yep.
And then they just, after that, couldn't do anything offensively. And it's weird to see Josh Allen and the Bills offense not be able to kind of bail them out. But when you get so little from your defense, you're just going to have games like this. So I am concerned about Buffalo's defense, but I think we'll see better versions of the Bills offense as we move forward. They will remember James Cook is their second best offensive player.
Yeah.
They didn't have Dalton Kincaid in this, and he'd been playing pretty well this year. But yeah, it feels like they need that dog as a receiver. And Keon Coleman's supposed to be that guy. And he has moments, but he has not had games where it's like, oh, nobody can cover this dude. Nobody can stop this dude. So they got to figure that out.
Yeah. And I do want to talk about the Falcons too, because they deserve a lot of credit for their performance as well. Sophomore slump, I feel like, I'm not going to lie, I feel like almost everybody predicted some kind of slump for Jaden Daniels because they went to the NFC Championship game, right? So it was either going to be for the team as a whole, or is it be Jaden Daniels? Daniels played, like I said, he played well last week in his return game. I think without their number one weapon in Terry McLaurin, like that's also going to definitely hamper them. But we'll kind of see as things go along.
It was quite literally in my predictions for the season episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right, Nesquik.
Yeah. So Bijan, Drake London.
Oh my God.
First Falcons to both have 150 plus yards in a game. Their offense was fun. Penix was good, but I think the story with Atlanta is their defense is playing very good. While you were getting your tissue, I was talking about the pressures that the Falcons generated on Josh Allen. They blitzed over 50% of the time in this game. Their secondary strong, but it's their defensive front that had been an issue for them, and that's looking like they fixed it. They brought in Ulbrich, another Jets cast off.
Yep.
Cast off. And right now, through 6 weeks, first in total yards allowed, first in passing yards allowed, 7th in points allowed, 8th in takeaways. Atlanta, you got a good defense. And if that offense plays like it does every week, like it did against Buffalo, and we haven't seen it do that every week yet, they're a very good team. And suddenly the two southern divisions, They've got some good football teams finally, like competitive teams. We're not just shitting on the NFC and AFC South. There's like, oh yeah, one team will be good and the rest are all going to suck. Panthers are coming up. We know the Bucks are good. Falcons look good. Colts, Jaggies. I think Houston's going to be good. Those divisions might be fun.
Well, and this is when I was doing predictions, I was looking through and I was like, let me look at the Falcons defense real quick, like literally while I was doing recording. And I was like, damn, all right, their defense has been pretty damn good against the run. It's been pretty damn, we knew their secondary was good from last season because the thing that defense has been missing for all these years was edge rushers, right? Like just getting pressure on the opposing quarterback. They go and they double dip in the first round and get pass rushers. And that has made a difference. Right. And so now, like with their defense playing well, the only thing that there's some concern about with the Falcons for me is consistency. Sure. Right. Like they'll have your weird ass game like against the Panthers, but if their defense is hot and looking good and their offense, I think that offense can play with some of the better teams in the NFL. My question is like, if you take away the run game, which is a major part of it, how do they adjust, right? Michael Penix is still a very young QB, but as we mentioned, Drake London had one hell of a game. There's so much potential there. I feel like they were going to be a really fun team to watch going forward, right? Yeah. So like this season could be a wild card team, right? Could be contending for the NFC South, especially with the Buccaneers dealing with all the injuries that they're dealing with. But I think going forward, they're another team that's like trending in the right direction. Spencer, we've wanted this forever. Yes, we love it.
So look, your Packers, stingiest run D in the league.
Sorry,
sure you already know that, Tom.
Oh yeah.
And there, look, Buffalo right now, third worst. Chicago Bears also struggling. Dolphins are just god awful. Cowboys, yeah. And like Dallas, that's a really good example of a team. Their offense is great. Defense, not good at all, which is why they have been losing games. Look at all the Bengals can't stop the run. The Ravens can't stop the run. So Dolphins bad, Cowboys volatile, Bengals bad, Ravens bad, Eagles struggling, Titans suck, Vikings all right, Jets suck. You need to be able to stop the run. That's what I'm saying.
There you go, Snow Gang. Yeah, no, I mean, defense has kind of ruled the league for a few years now, but it just feels like, because like you look at the Colts, right? They're another team.
32 points per game. Damn, Indy.
Looking good.
That's ahead of the Lions right now. That's crazy.
Got better.
Where are my Broncos? They're down at 21. That's the problem. If we could just get into like this area, 24 points a game, Denver. 25.9. That's what I need the Broncos to get at.
There you go.
Be ahead of the Chiefs.
There you go.
Just like Green Bay is.
Hey, listen. Sometimes they just got to fight. Sometimes you just got, so that was the other news that came down from there. Brian Branch got suspended for a week. I'm not really surprised, man. I mean, like you can't go after the game and start throwing hands with opposing wide receivers. It's just,
I think it was worth it. I think it was worth the one game suspension, Tom.
I know you do, Brian.
You know what, Brian? You took your shot. You're paying the price like a man. You're doing your time. No snitching. Come back out and kick some ass. The good news for the Lions is they don't need Brian Branch. They've got so many healthy guys back there to just come in and fill in for their secondary right away.
Dude, it is. I still think it's going to be a really good game, but it's the Buccaneers and the Lions next week on Monday. The Lions have no secondary. The Buccaneers have no wide receivers.
There you go.
So it's just, all right, man, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I think the most shocking stat is up here. The Jags and the Bears leading the NFL in the turnover differential.
Yep.
Both at +8. And the Jags are up there because they had 14 total, but.
So you got to do, Zach. That's what you got to do at this point. The other news, I saw you went live for it too. Brian Callahan getting fired by the Tennessee Titans. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I really wanted it to be Vrabel that got him fired. I just felt like that would have closed the story, like really, really well.
It would have been funny if the Titans, they did their press conference and they say, we fired Brian Callahan. And then they said, and then they just said, we've named Mike Vrabel as our interim head coach, waiting for him to respond.
He hasn't gotten back to us yet, but we're still
hasn't gotten back to us.
Yeah, this is probably one of the least surprising movements of the season. The writing has been on the wall since week 1. You give him a little bit of break. Week 2, right? And I feel like just even the messaging coming out of the Titans was not good. And I feel like this is one of those situations where this is not going to, in the short term, make the Titans a better football team. They need an offensive line. They need kind of an injection of talent there. But I think this was a necessary step, kind of going forward. And they're going to obviously do a head coach search at the end of the season. But yeah, it was just not a good fit there. Chad, Jonathan Taylor's in that conversation too. I mean, and Baker Mayfield. Right?
Yeah, I would say Baker's number 1.
Yeah,
because he's doing it without any receivers that were supposed to start the season, or he just did. Bijan, yes, but like as we talked about, I think the Falcons defense has a lot to do with their success right now as well. Jonathan Taylor making a huge difference for the Colts and their offense. But back to the Titans, they named Mike McCoy as their interim. I think that's a solid choice for an interim head coach. He's done 2 things that you feel good about. One, he has head coaching experience, right? Didn't work out with the Chargers, but he was their head coach for a bit. And also, he got the Chargers job because he gave us 1 season where Tim Tebow looked like an NFL quarterback. He worked miracles, okay?
So he was either alive, now he's dead, or he was dead, he was really dead. What else matters? What else matters? You walk through it. Everybody either puts a thumb up or thumb down.
Titans fans, you're either going to put a thumb up or a thumb down for Mike McCoy. Yeah. Not a bad interim. Sometimes a change helps. Usually you get the head coaching change, right? It gives the team fuel for a week. I don't think it's going to work against Vrabel.
It's the Mike Vrabel revenge game. He's had this circle, and he's just like, I am going to destroy them.
Yeah.
Zombie Perna, you got a fitty, by the way.
That's for me?
That's for you.
It is for my warlock using hellish rebuke in Dungeons and Dragons. Also, if you and the curse wheel curse my lions this week, I will pretend to be so mad at you. Well, they got cursed last week, so they're probably safe this week, but you're going to have to tune in later to find out who got the curse.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a while since we had it. It's been a while. Also, that beard. Oh thick. Man, that was a
dark,
full ass beard. That was the lumberjack look.
The gray wasn't coming from my beard yet,
buddy. The gray looks good. It looks good. You look distinguished. You look mature.
Does it, Tom? I don't think so.
Have there been gray chest hairs?
Oh, I got so many grays in there.
Do you?
Yeah. I was at so we had a birthday party last week, and it was a pool party.
I was about to say, I was just like, all right, how does this go with shirtless? You already answered. I appreciate
pool party.
Thanks, Paul.
I was in the pool with Carm. She doesn't know how to swim yet, so I got to be in there. She's got floaties, so do the whole thing. But her friend, whose birthday it was, she was like, why do you have so much hair everywhere? And I was like, I don't know. That's just the way it is. She goes, I know. It's because you're old. And then she goes, you know why half of it's white? Because you're super old, like 99.
Get off my lawn.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
It's like I just got roasted by a 7-year-old.
Dude, because they're just honest,
Yeah.
right? They're just like, hey, oldie.
Roasted.
Oh, man. That's
And then she pointed to Jess and she goes, she's not old.
No.
I was like, damn it.
That's tough. You're like, well, she has great chest hair too. Just
Yeah.
like,
That was very funny.
it looks good. What about the monkey tail? Is there any grays on there yet, or is that stayed?
Oh, my back tail?
Yeah.
I can't really see back there too well, but almost say it's still holding strong.
Okay. If you want to stand up and, you could show. That was a joke, but
Looks pretty
it looks pretty dark.
Ow. I wish that would go white so it was less visible. If I could lose hair there, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. That's what you tuned in for, right? Back hair?
Yes. GPS. It's the only.
You got
only time
navigated to my tramp stamp area.
Shoot your play. Yeah, you can always shave it and then put a tramp stamp there.
Just Mahomes' face.
I was about to say go Chiefs. Yeah, so we were around the same ballpark there. We're running of cursed Tennessee logo shirts. We ass.
Rachel!
Make
a wee ass! Make a wee ass.
Oh God. Yeah. So Titans short term, I don't think it's gonna make them better, depending on what their front office does. And I think that's the concern you have if you're a Titans fan. Not Cam Ward getting murdered behind his offensive line. You're concerned about that too.
Yeah.
But this front office is not great, and it feels like they have been stumbling for a while. And you look at ownership and you look at kind of just the decisions that have been made, whether you're looking at an AJ Brown, the firing of GMs, the firing of Vrabel. I think with Vrabel, I'm curious what your take is, because when Vrabel got fired, right, there was a section of Titans fans that were like, okay, yeah, he was holding the team back a little bit. And yeah, you could be a solid head coach, but they weren't getting him over the top. And I feel like he at least brought some consistency to that organization. And unfortunately, yeah, it might be a little bit tougher to find that. Because who right now are you looking at as head coaching candidates for this offseason?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's
no clue yet. They got Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker. Brinker and Borgonzi. Sounds like a law firm. Brinker and Borgonzi. You've been injured in an auto accident? Call Brinker and Borgonzi.
It honestly works pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know how Titans fans feel about the duo. I think their press conference felt like they were just felt like they didn't want to do the firing at this moment, but they're just following the orders of Amy Adams, both the Titans owner and the actress. She called and was like, yeah, it's time for fucking Callahan to go. I'm sick of his shit. I think Amy Adams isn't Amy Adams a Broncos fan? Now we're going to go down a rabbit hole.
She was great in Arrival. Wesley, that's also one of the problems too, is because if you're a bad team, I don't think there's been a quarterback that has broken away from the pack in college that you're like, oh, they're the clear consensus number one that they're going to be able to carry a team. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she is. Amy. Come on the show.
Foster likes Borgonzi for what he did in the draft. That's good.
Yeah, I think people are all right with Borgonzi right now. They just got to nail this head coaching hire. Yeah.
Oh, dude, if the Titans hire Matt Nagy, if that is true, then you know what? I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry, Titans fans.
If they hire who?
Matt Nagy. Oh, buddy. Bill should trade for Chris Olave. I don't think the Saints would do that, because the Saints are just like, hey, we're competitive.
Yeah, they might, though. Saints might sell some pieces.
You think Olave?
They could. Olave, Shaheed. I mean, they're like, if they lose again this week, they're the team where like, hey, they kind of might have figured it out with Spencer Rattler here. but they need to build up their roster. Why don't we get as many draft pieces as we can? Let's get some money off the books so we can get out of our stupid ass cap situation every year and try and build the right way. I'm not saying they definitely will, but maybe.
It'd be interesting.
I think when I did my live stream, a lot of Titans fans were saying Spags. They would take Spags as their head coach. If he wants to enter into the pool, I would go with Spags as long as you can get a good offensive coordinator.
Olave's not costing them, but he's on his rookie deal, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember how much.
Rookie deal. Yeah, because he's
well, they'll have to pay him.
They picked up his 5th-year option.
Yeah, they'll have to pay him.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if you get rid of him. Spags? Dude, Spags actually would be a fun hire, but cool. Hope you have a great birthday. Let's go. Have a birthday.
The Saints can't afford Olave is what I'm saying. I want the Saints to give the Broncos Demario Davis for free.
Yeah. Well, I mean, KChen, it's you can't do it alone. You know, you can do a lot, but gotta have something.
Josh Allen can do it all. Josh Allen can do it all.
He just can't play defense.
That he cannot do.
He cannot play defense. Yeah, that's kind of.
Well, I mean, on a pick, he could.
Yeah, that's fine.
On a pick.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. So Titans, we'll kind of see. I think the Patriots might kick the crap out of them. That might be a tough game for Titans fans, but they've had a bunch of them.
I think it'll be a feisty game. I think the Patriots are going to win, but I think the Titans are going to put up some fight this week, just based on Callahan getting the axe.
Dude, if I swear, if they hire Matt Nagy, man, like I don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, Borgonzi came over from the Chiefs, right? So he has a relationship. When did he come over? Did he work with Nagy in Kansas City? Probably. Maybe one last year, but definitely when Nagy was there earlier would be my guess. No, you go after Spags. If Spags wants to head coach at this point, he deserves his next shot.
Yeah.
I said go after Broncos quarterback coach Webb. Don't even let him, because he's gonna get looks as offensive coordinator this offseason. That's what the Broncos are fearing. He's gonna get poached as an OC. Skip the step, Tennessee. Get ahead of it. Oh, I haven't gotten the new chair yet. I fixed mine. I put screws in it.
Is it still only 2 screws?
2 screws.
Did you diagonally at least?
No, I couldn't get in. They're like the top 2 holes are blocked off, so I can only get the bottom.
I'm sure
I can only get the bottom holes.
I'm sure I'll be good. Hey, looked great though.
I'm in Jesus's yearbook. Get the fuck out of here.
Thursday night football. We have the geriatric bowl. We got Aaron Rodgers
hot
and the
bowl, as
Pittsburgh
Cam
Steelers.
Hayward called it.
Yeah. Taking on Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. Flacco, Rodgers. Did you hear Tomlin's comments on Flacco going to the Bengals?
Yeah. Because he's like, why would you trade us a starting quarterback within the division?
He's like, Browns are fucking morons, is basically what he said.
And this was after he kicked the absolute crap out of them on Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
like, why would you do that, Cleveland? You silly little idiots.
I mean, Marshall, the thing is, what's the Jets OC trying to do to him? What's their offense right now?
Yeah.
Breece Hall has not looked great, and that's very unfortunate, especially after having his big first year. But yeah, I think the Jets just have a litany of problems, man.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Nobody knows how to coach Justin Fields. That's what I do know at this point, except for Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin got the most efficient Justin Fields we've ever seen. And then he had to put in Russ.
Yeah. Mike Squat. So Johnny actually made a joke in the chat. Mike McCarthy actually going to the Titans. I feel like Yeah, I feel like Spicy, it's not the worst thing that you could do.
No,
Right? Because you'll get consistency. Like, I don't think he's going to like take you to the Super Bowl, but maybe you get somebody who knows what they're doing at least. So
yeah, I do like the triple mics though. McCoy, McDaniel, and McCarthy.
yeah,
The mix.
he was not joking. There we go. Even better.
Yeah, no, I think like
It's true, Noah. Good God. 10th anniversary. Holy God.
Mike McCarthy. I think his time with Dallas, it didn't end great, but like he wasn't terrible there. He's got the experience. But with Mike McCarthy, you better have coordinators who are good at their job.
Sure.
We're seeing Brian Schottenheimer get more out of the Cowboys offense right now as their head coach. But Mike McDaniel going there with Cam Ward would be interesting. I don't know. But Tennessee's got so many problems. Like, it starts with building that roster, and at least you got Cam Ward. And even though he's not played good, you've seen enough where you go, I think he is the guy.
Yeah.
I bet the Cowboys extend Pickens. Yes. I bet they figure out a deal.
Too. I mean, like, he's shown up when CeeDee Lamb has been out, and that's what you want. And I think he can be wide receiver 1 in his absence, like you saw.
Yeah.
Again, he's another guy, can't play defense. And then, I want to see actually like a bunch of games with CD and Pickens on the field at the same time. Because it feels like Pickens and Dak have really developed like a pretty good connection these past few weeks. So I think that they're going to wind up re-signing him. Why not? Why not? You got to keep the one thing about your offense, like your team that actually works, and that's the offense right now. Cowboys offense is fine. Dak's been playing incredibly well. It's your defense that's just absolute dog water.
Yeah.
So that's tough. Dude, yeah. Eagles fans are not very thrilled with what they're seeing by their team right now. I mean, you look at their OC, you look at their lack of run game, and I think that is Saquon not getting it going on the ground. And you look at the offensive line for not being as good, but that has been probably the biggest shift in terms of the offense.
Puzzling.
Because they've just been able to go, here you go. And that has won them games before.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought like Saquon was going to go for 2,000 again, but
Yeah, I don't think so, Edward.
he's not in like the top 10 running back conversation.
Yeah.
Like that's an issue.
So, yeah.
Where does he rank right now? Let's take a quick
James Franklin, brother. If I'm James Franklin, I'm taking my $50 million and I'm just going to go live on a beach or go live anywhere else and not even worry about it, because why not? Is anyone going to hire him in the NFL? God, the Titans would be interesting.
Okay, so you got Jonathan
Jack
Taylor leading the league in rushing yards. Then you got James Cook, Bijan, Javonte
Rico
Williams.
Dottle in the top 5.
Yeah, after 2 insane games.
It's true.
There's Saquon.
Mm.
All the way down at 325. Now, you'd say behind McCaffrey and Montgomery, that's respectable, but Montgomery shares carries with Jahmyr Gibbs, who has more rushing yards than they do. McCaffrey, half of his touches come with passes. So, yeah, they got to figure that out.
Yep. Dwight, I usually Monday night, I at least get a bunch of teams together and then finalize them on Tuesday.
Yeah.
This week I actually struggled a whole lot with power rankings because, dude, it's crazy right now. Because the Buccaneers, they're injured to hell, but I think they're like the best team right now in terms of just week to week. So usually takes like a few hours.
I just get really drunk, Dwight.
Honestly, it tracks.
Yeah, this is also what, like Saquon, you're talking about. He has 0 carries for 20 plus yards. That's like, they're not doing a good job getting him past that first line of attack.
Mm-hmm.
Last year at this time, how many, let's just look. How many did he have total last year? 20 plus rushes. 17. He had 1 20+ yard rush at least, basically every week. He had 7 40+. Is that number one? Yeah, that was number 1 next to Derrick Henry. He's just not getting out of that.
Yeah.
Is that blocking? Is that scheme? Is that not setting up the run and pass correctly? Probably a little bit of everything.
Jerry, it's a good question. Next innovation, because it is a defensive league. I feel like that's why teams with really good ground games, have been able to go pretty darn far. You look at the Lions last year, you look at the Commanders last year, you look at the Eagles last year, the Ravens even, right? Like they had a really good ground game with Derrick Henry. I feel like that's made a huge difference because you see all these different styles of offense, right? And like too high safety and all that great stuff that really has dominated the league over these last few seasons. That I feel like if you're able to run it down their throats, you have a more balanced attack and they have to respect the run. So yeah, I think if you like Robinson with the Falcons right now, who is arguably the best running back in the league, that's one of the reasons why they're able to knock off a very highly explosive team like the Bills. So, and a good defense.
Yeah, a good run game is like a cure-all for your offense, right? It allows, if you're not passing well, gives your quarterback time to settle in. It forces defenses to play a little more honestly. If you're running well, maybe they're going to start putting Aikman in the box. Then that opens up shit for your quarterback. If the threat of runs there, it opens up play action, all that.
Yeah.
Trouble with the curve.
Trouble with the curve. Yeah.
Her Office cameo, elite. The HBO show she was in, what the hell was that called? That was underrated. Oh, what the fuck was her HBO show?
I don't know.
Amy Adams HBO show. Sharp Objects. That was very good. Depressing as fuck, but good. This Thursday night game, though, Steelers, Bengals. We all think the Steelers are going to win. But if this season wants to prove that chaos rules, get them. Get them, Cincy. The funniest thing that could happen this week, Bengals upset Steelers. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's how weird this season has been. I picked the Steelers, though. I did get my pick in.
I picked the Steelers. Yeah, I think just the Bengals, while Flacco can definitely neutralize a pass rush by getting the ball out quickly. Yeah, the Steelers defense has been playing really, really nice. So,
yeah, they're getting after the quarterback. They trail the Broncos. They have 20 sacks, so they only trail the Broncos by 10 on the season. And then getting Joey Porter Jr. back in their secondary, I think, helped Pittsburgh. Oh,
I mean, looking pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty good so far.
All right. We'll let Tom get out of here early.
Real quick about the Chargers, because he had his best game so far against the Dolphins, right? I think he had 70 yards, something like that. I feel like the Chargers with Hampton out, they were able to still run the ball, which was really, really nice. But
yeah, Kamani Vidal came in and
did a really nice job.
I was going to give him winning running back, but then Bijan forced my hand.
But yeah, Ladd, and I feel like, Quentin Johnson, when everybody's healthy, I feel like they have pretty solid weaponry because Johnson's been able to develop really well. Yeah. I just feel like you haven't seen enough of him because they drafted him this year, right? He was their 2025 guy. So
at tight end,
I haven't seen enough for him.
Oronde Gadsden.
There you go, Winton.
Yeah, I don't know shit about him. My thoughts are, I saw Will Dissly make one play last week. I'm like, look at Will Dissly out there cooking, and it's not against the Broncos. Cool. But yeah, get him. When's Quentin Johnston going to be healthy? What was his injury?
That's a question. Yeah, Brandon, I feel like with Fields, well, he's not on a very good
saying
team.
Brandon, I'm like, huh? It's the guy. It's
not good. While he's on not a very good football team, I feel like there's just ceilings that were there. Probably could find some stuff as a backup, right? Can use his legs. That's kind of nice. But yeah, I think Caleb, it worked out. It did.
Here's another thing we didn't think we'd be saying. The Chargers really need Johnston to be in the lineup for them to continue to succeed.
Well, because they're supposed to get back Joe Alt, right?
Joe Alt will come back. That'll help.
Yeah. That's the last thing I saw.
Hamstring. Okay, so Johnston's got hamstring. Never know with those.
Yeah.
Never know.
Oh, I don't really like either of those. Ooh,
Kafka or Smith? Oh.
not. I think Caleb did fine. You know, they really stalled out in that game a bit, but
Yeah.
I think they were fine. Like,
Caleb was fine. PFF, I think Troy Aikman said, let me do the Caleb Williams grade this week.
I'll be the guest PFF guy. So, yep. I mean, Olave to the Steelers. Bills would love to have him, but the Saints, I don't know if they're going to move him, man. I think you're going to have to get some premium draft picks for it. But
how many picks do the Saints have in the next draft?
Not enough. Why the Broncos barely squeak out a win against the Jets? Because the Jets defense is pretty solid and the Broncos offense is not.
Don't you be asking about my fucking Broncos?
I mean, am I wrong?
Oh, yeah. The Saints only have 5 draft picks right now.
Like I said, not
They
enough.
got their first rounder.
They
got
going.
pick 5, 36. Yeah, okay. Saints might be selling off some pizzas soon. 5 draft picks, New Orleans, with a second, with 2 young quarterbacks. You fucking idiots.
It would be a very Steelers move to lose to Joe Flacco. It would.
Yeah.
It would. We're starting
this season, it's just been like that. But I think the Steelers they're legitimate.
They're looking good. And they're also, I put them in power rankings at like 4 because based off of the reason, they have probably the best opportunity within their division because nobody in their division is looking good.
Oh, remember Perna? You got him all the way up at 5?
Did I give you crap for that? I don't even remember if I gave you crap for that. I don't even remember.
You didn't give me crap. You're just like, oh, you got the Steelers at 5?
And you were like, I am going to take this
like,
personally.
Screw you for judging me, man.
Hey, there you go, Super. There you go. It's a big game.
And then they were on the bye week.
That's all. Perna. We made it. What do you got coming out today, buddy? Power rankings?
Power rankings.
Your nails look nice. They look like they were like, did you just file them recently?
No, I just take care of my body. What would you do with these, Caleb? Tell me. What'd you do with these pearls? Actually, my toenails have been Carmi painted my toenails like a month ago, and they're just starting to chip off.
Yep.
So every time I take my shoes off, I'm like, oh, my nails are blue and orange. She painted them for the Broncos colors.
Hey, good colors at least.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now it's just it's another gimmick on top of a shtick, man.
A gimmick on top of a shtick, indeed. Bears Steelers Super Bowl. Bears Rodgers again. Dude, that Bears Rodgers game is gonna be fun this season.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
What do you got, Tom?
Supposed to be predictions. I'm gonna do the very best I can to get them out today. And of course, there's a bunch of games that are difficult to predict, so it's gonna take a while. So we're gonna see.
I said power rankings this year is the hardest job on earth. There's no job that's harder than NFL power rankings right now. Heart surgeon, brain surgeon, get the fuck out of here. You've got a plan. You know what you need to do. You know the problem. 16 hours straight on a construction site? I don't think so, buddy. You try and rank NFL teams every single week.
Whoopity, listen, they're finally utilizing Darnell Washington the way that I imagined they would, right? Because when Washington was coming out of the draft, that was a guy that I really wanted the Packers to draft. Sure. I really, really wanted him. But now actually utilizing him, dude, if they have a good ground game, and Warren has been, I don't want to say disappointing, but like I thought he would be better. Gainwell has looked like real solid this year. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to trade for a wide receiver too. The DK Metcalf thing is working out, but I don't know if they're going to have the capital to go and do that. So
Oil rig,
actually make a trade.
not as hard as power rankings.
But I like that Darnell Washington is getting involved. I like that. That's what people say. That's what people say. It is more difficult than deep sea welding. It doesn't pay as well, but you know. Well, folks, appreciate the hell out of you.
Moderating my YouTube channel? Okay, that might be harder than power rankings.
There you go. There you go. I agree, Vacant. Yeah, Warren's just not. They haven't gotten him going. But when Gainwell's
then
got
he got hurt
opportunities.
in the middle of it all, you know.
All right. I'm going to try to get predictions out today. If not, I'll come out tomorrow, but I'm going to do my best to get it
You'll
out
be
today.
fine either way.
Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. We'll see you again on Friday. This is GPS, and you have been navigated. Still catching it.
You reached your destination. You know, so far, you know what I'm saying.